How's it going, everybody? My name is just Jared, but you guys can just call me Jared, and welcome back to another Anthem video. Now, instead of breaking down the Anthem gameplay reveal trailer like I was going to do today, I decided to give you guys the latest news on Anthem and what we've learned over the few weeks since the announcement. And then in the next couple of days, I'll have that video for you guys of me breaking down the actual gameplay reveal trailer. But for now, let's talk about the recent Anthem news. So in a recent interview, Patrick Solon from EA was talking about BioWare and how long they've been working on Anthem. And apparently, BioWare have been working on Anthem for 4 years now, and they expect Anthem to be a 10-year plan when it comes to how long the lifespan will be. Now, we have heard that before with Activision, Bungie, and Destiny. It was supposed to be a 10-year lifespan, a 10-year game that stretched across that long period of time. So you have to think of Anthem as like Destiny, whereas the game's going to come out and then we're going to get like DLC, free updates that's just going to elongate the play, elongate what we can do, elongate the time we'll spend on it, elongate more of the content and give us more of the stuff in the game. So like Destiny, where we're going to have the base game, but we're going to have constant updates to it, which is really cool. I really love the idea in Destiny. Yes, in Destiny 1, I wish there were more frequent updates, but they're trying to fix that with actual Destiny 2, so we'll see how that goes. But hopefully with Anthem, once the game launches next year, they'll get it right from the start. But I'm happy to hear that they've been working on the game for around 4 years now, and it's not just something that they started 2 years ago and they're showing the trailer off already and it's too early and we're going to get the game super early and it's not going to be finished. Now that I know that 4 years have been put into making Anthem, that I'm pretty sure, you know, once the game comes out next year, 5 years under its belt, it's going to be great when it comes out, and it's going to at least have a lot of content with it, rather if it had just been, you know, been working on for 2 years or something like that. So 4 years is a good amount of time. A lot of games these days are only being created for 1 or 2 years and they're being released. So it's good to see that they've been working on Anthem for a good bit of time, so when it releases next year, we should have a good amount of content to deal with. Now, on a different note, on an Anthem Twitter page, we got new concept art for one of the Javelin classes. Now, as a quick reminder, Javelins are kind of like the exosuits that you use. We saw 2 of them in the gameplay that we seen at E3. We saw the Ranger kind of balanced class, it was moving a lot quicker, and we saw the heavy Colossus Javelin, the one that looked like a huge tank, had a mortar on its back. It was blowing everything up and punching the ground with its fists. You know, the really cool one, in my opinion. But we did get this concept art, which shows more of a like streamlined, slimmer kind of hunter-esque feel, maybe like an assassin almost, or some kind of ninja, maybe some kind of magic wielder because of the magic or whatever is running through the arm of the character. But we do get to see this class for a bit in the actual gameplay, and that's at the end when they're actually entering the Shaper Storm and they're all running in together. Sandra joins and she has this Javelin equipped. We get to see that Javelin's got like a yellow lightning pulsing through it, and it's actually floating, so it's not running like all the other ones. Definitely has some magic there to do with it. It looks freaking amazing. If this is going to be some kind of magic, kind of like hunter-esque, really cool ninja style class, where it's like based on like maybe melee attacks or quick strikes, I'm going to be all for it because it looks fantastic. But what about these elements? That's probably like fire, maybe lava, you got electricity or like frost or some kind of cold element there. Looks really cool. I love just the concept art. It just looks freaking great. You know, it's hard to not get excited about a game when it looks this good, visually. Now, in another interview with Aaron Flynn, the GM at BioWare, he said Anthem is more a science fantasy game than a science fiction game. Science fiction being like the likes of Mass Effect, where everything had a reason for why things were happening scientifically. They said Anthem is going to be more of a science fantasy game, kind of like the Marvel Universe or Star Wars, where cool things are always happening, but there's not necessarily a reason technically why those things are happening or how those things are happening. They just want cool things to go down, everybody to have a good time playing, and not have to worry about explaining every single detail of why and how things are actually happening. So expect a science fantasy game out of Anthem. Now, from that same Twitter page about Anthem, which I will link in the description for anybody who wants to stay up to date with Anthem and all that stuff. I follow them myself. Awesome stuff. I just found out about them, so really check them out. I'll link them in the description. But we got these in-game icons to check out. So first off is a skull icon. I'm thinking this could be like a boss encounter, maybe some dungeon, or like a really hard difficulty level. Like if an enemy is a higher level than you, you'll get this skull icon. And you got the binoculars, which we saw in the gameplay reveal when the character actually explored the underwater area there, or actually located it. You get an XP bonus, and you get the name of the place. So I'm thinking that has something to do with exploration, which is good to see that you actually are rewarded for exploring, which makes it seem like there's going to be tons to explore and lots to find, lots of locations to discover, which I cannot wait for. Because exploration is something I absolutely adore in games. It's one of the best things I love about gaming, is exploring these giant, huge, sprawling fantasy worlds. Then you've got the flag icon, which could be maybe towns or vendors. You've got the more complex ones. I'm thinking the fourth one there is kind of like the fifth one, but with the outline on it. So maybe if you have the fifth one selected, or if you have one of the icons selected, you kind of get the orange arrow around it pointing you to where that actual location or thing you were trying to get to is, and the direction it is. And then the last icon, we've got a kind of like monument icon, and we actually see it when the two players encounter or locate an actual cave to the left in that gameplay reveal that we got. And they acknowledged it, didn't go into it, but maybe this location is more of like a landmark or a very significant location, so that's why it's a little bit different from the binoculars, which could be just like an open area that you find, like maybe a lake or like an underwater cavern, something like that. Whereas the last one is a giant sprawling place that kind of looked like a building slash cave in the gameplay reveal. Now, some other tidbits or news. We know that there is shared loot amongst your teammates. What exactly that entails, we do not know the specifics, but there is shared loot. And Drew Karpyshyn, which is the lead writer from Mass Effect 1 and 2, is actually working on Anthem. So if you're worried about the story being terrible or the story being like Destiny 1's story, I'm just saying, don't worry, because he was the lead writer on Mass Effect 1 and 2, which are fantastic. If you haven't played them, Mass Effect is amazing. So he is working on Anthem. That is a good thing to hear. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up for me and subscribe for more Anthem news and coverage all the time. I apologize if I sound out of breath in this video. It is extremely hot in my room and I do not know why. It's crazy. I'm dying in here. I just need some water. I've been talking for a while. Anyways, like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. My name has been Just Jared. Until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastically awesome day. Peace out.